The most requested video with Assault Meliodas by far and away is Blue Drole. And I know why. Because the temptation of saying the Blue Drole is a secret weapon, oh, that tingles my... I was gonna say the lower part of my body that has a hole in it, but I can't say that in the beginning of the video, so you have to wait like 2 more minutes for that. But it does give me a tingle. I will be very honest. So I was gonna include this on yesterday's video. I made a video testing Assault Meli's best teams, and I actually ended up using a bunch of teams that did not make the cut for that video because I genuinely could not win a single match. Hopefully, today is going to be different for Drole. Drole was one of those teams. Because if you face any real players, the issue that you find is that they don't attack you. It's unfortunate but true. So the whole reason why you'd want to use Drole, one, he cancels Aristarchus' commandment, which is perfect, because then you can do this right here. Boom, no lost buffs. Even though you are using Astarosa. You're joking me, man. Okay. There's no way, man. Okay. Second, every time they attack your melee, you're gonna gain a resistance buff, which is cool for the Amplify. Now, where does it end? Where do the benefits end? There. Because now you're gonna need to think, here's the thing. When you face a real player, right now we're not facing a real player. When we face a real player, the problem that occurs is that what happens is they just move cards and don't attack you and get the ult. And unless you get a Petrify like I just did, not much you can do about it. That's the unfortunate truth of Assault Meliodas. Purgatory Meliodas does not allow that to happen, because if you just move cards and don't attack, then you lose the ultimate gauge. Guess what? He is not Purgatory Meli. He's not that guy, right? So, unfortunate position we're in, where I would love to say Drole is nuts, but I can't lie. I don't lie. Okay, I lie a little bit, but not usually. I buffed them up first so that the AoE would give. And also you're giving them resistance buffs, which is not great. It's not the biggest thing in the world, honestly. Especially for a character like Purgatory... Assault Meliodas. Like, Drole almost didn't do damage with his single target on Mael to petrify him. But for Meli, it's not that big of a deal. I don't think the single target we did was like a sliver of health. Maybe the resistance buffs we gave him did make the difference, but that's like gonna happen so little. Like that was an unfortunate situation, but I don't believe that's gonna happen often, right? So yeah, let's buff up, and this is gonna be a big hitting ult right here, because also Drole's giving Meli attack for each buff he has. Also, Drole's not a demon. And as I might be wrong, I'm actually going to look up right now. But as far as I remember, Blue Zeldris needs demons, not demons and commandments, for his maximum potential. Right? No, actually demons and commandments, never mind. But I still went with Green Zeldris because I thought Assault Meli, unless you're facing... So, I'm facing, like, Mael here, right? Which, I don't know if I would say Mael is the most common enemy I face. I think it's, like, half and half. Like, it's half Mael's and then half, like, random stuff. Like, random Purgatory Meli teams or Estarosa teams, right? Unless it's Mael... It works, but if it's Mael, right, I think the extra crit chance is not going to make a difference because my crit chance in general isn't very high. Like, how much do I have right now? 91. That's, like, having Blue Zeldris is not going to make that much of a difference. It's just not, right? I'm not going to crit because of him, so I I thought green Zeldris is better, so I put like green Sauriel Link on the Estarossa as well. Nice single target. Like the extra buffs are pretty nice, but again, is it worth when you, if this is again not a real player? If you face a real player, you're gonna see what I mean, which happened so many times trying to record footage for Drole yesterday. And I'm sorry for being honest. I know it breaks the illusion, right? I know it would be best if I pretended that every single thing I record is a masterpiece. Every single team I record is absolutely ungodly and you should definitely give it a try. I know it ruins the illusion. I am aware of that. It ruins the illusion that, you know, I am a genius. Every single team build is the best thing ever, but I can't lie to you like that. Some teams are very stupid whenever like a new character comes out, and like Festival especially, like whenever a new Festival character comes out, very likely a lot of the teams that we're going to end up using, because the character's new, Festival-wise, right? It's going to be insane, because they are intentionally designed like that. But a character like, you know, Assault Meli in a team with Drole, you have to be reasonable and not expect to be more than what it actually is. I just want you to know that I am aware, okay? That if I pretended that everything I do is much better than it actually is, it would make the videos probably more engaging. But I don't like lying. Ooh, Tuffy. Goddess Liz is a tough one. We haven't faced any single real players because I guess no one's playing the game right now. I'm playing at a good time too. I'm playing at a good time. Just no real players. I think I'm just gonna back out and try to look for a real player. Alright, we got one next match. Now, again, I always have people asking how I know if it's a real player. It's very easy, especially on JP, to tell if it's a real player or not. Bro. For example, I know this guy's a real player right away because he has 3 ultimate gauge, meaning he has ult food. And bots don't use food in regular PvP, just top 100. Also, on top of that, there is a slight lag that is noticeable. If you don't feel the slight lag, especially on JP, it's not a real player. I'm assuming if you are someone that lives in Japan and you play JP, you're not going to feel as much of the lag. Might be not as noticeable, but for me, it is very noticeable because I don't. So, okay, Goddess Lizards are tough, to say the least. So, you might be asking, why do I buff with Drole in the first turn? Like, ideally, I would want Meli to take hits to, you know, get the buffs from Drole's commandment. But the reality is, if I allow my ult to single target Meli, he will kill him. So, don't want to do that. Can't avoid the ultimate. Now with the revive. If I had a petrify, it'd be a different story. See, this is the thing, right? What am I supposed to do in this situation? There's nothing I can do. Really, there's nothing I can do. He is going to get me to the ultimate from Margaret, and there is absolutely nothing that I can possibly do. Unless that attack kills the Goddess Liz. Because especially the way the cards were set up, maybe I could have done the AoE and then 2 level 1 single targets and potentially killed both. But the way the cards were laid on my hand, I had to AoE first, obviously, to break the shield. Because if I single target on the shield, no amplify, right? So the way it was set up, unfortunately, I had to do the AoE and the cards combined, so I only had 1 single target from Meli. That was also unfortunate, but even then, I don't know if the level 1 would have killed Margaret. He did even attack my Meli, like I had a buff from Drole. But 1 buff from Drole is not comparable to 3 attack buffs from Sigurd. And I've used Sigurd quite a bit at this point. With Meli, I'm not sure if even a Sigurd level 1 would have killed. How much attack does Meli have? 40,000. How much the multiplier? 180. Might kill. Actually, I have so much attack. But he has so much damage reduction. How naive. Mael is just... What can I do? Literally nothing. There's nothing I can do. Absolutely. Bro, the damage reduction. There is just absolutely nothing I can do. And he's gonna cleanse. Remove the darkness I applied to Mael, so it's gonna lower my stats. Level 2 damage increase. Do you wanna see what happens when a Mael ults you? I don't think I have to explain. I think that was 1-6 as well. Because he only debuffed me once. Let me check. Can't check. Game, stop giving me duplicates. Choose 6 or 3-6. Again, I know this is like a team people really wanted to see work because it's fun. It's Drole, it's an unusual character, and you know, it is what it is, man. He's an old character. He doesn't provide anything. I have to taunt, or he's gonna disable my melee. I have to. I don't have a choice. He doesn't really provide anything. Like again, for me to get one buff, they have to attack my melee to begin with. Which I don't want them to attack my melee, you know? Because if they attack my melee, it doesn't refresh my Holy Relic. The whole gimmick of the Holy Relic is melee not being attacked. Understand? Like, so I know a lot of people wanted Drole to be a savior or something for this team, but ideally it's not actually what you want. Did he actually get the ultimate? No, he didn't. I will not allow... I'll be giving him the attack buff. Damn it, I don't have a choice. Like, Purgatory Melee forcing you to attack for you to not lose your ultimate gauge is so crazy, man. It's like such a thing where in the passive you think is just a throwing in thing, right? They just put it in because, but it's strategic. Like, it makes the character in a way. Like, Assault Melee doesn't have that. So people, if they're facing me and I have Drole, like I want them to attack me so I can get the Drole buffs, why would they attack me? They can just move cards, right? Wow, Drole took that. Unbelievable. Huge. And now because they attacked me, like they gave me Drole buffs, this guy is so dumb. He should have AoE'd first. He gave me Drole buffs, but next turn I would not have my relic buffs, you know? I don't want to be attacked. So, well, it worked. We won against a real player too. So I guess I'll count that as a W for Drole. But if you were planning on using Drole with Assault Melee's relic, it can work against bots. So there's that.